times I say kind of, sort of, everybody drink. All right. Well...
No, it's yada, yada, yada.
You say that, but
you say that all the time.
Kind of, sort of is definitely...
No, it's yada, yada, yada.
We'll make a fucking bet about it, and I bet you I will.
When you hear him say yada, 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 everybody raise their hand. Okay, go ahead.
Y'all done? Welcome, everyone, to the Bartalk podcast. It's been a little while. I'm Jordan Shabbat with my co-hosts and my assistant, Karl.
Hello, everybody.
And joining us also as a co-host today is BBC's GM and also a friend of the show, Dan Mahoney.
What up?
And we are very lucky today to have two guests, good friends of ours, and owners of one of the coolest bars in Plymouth, the Pillory Pub. We have Ben and Bri Parsons with us today. Talk shop.
Happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Of course. Hello. Nice radio voice, Ben.
Been working
on thing doesn't work out.
Practicing in the mirror all day today.
Pillory Pub is a restaurant right on Water Street in downtown Plymouth. I mean, you straight up can see the Rock from the window. The Plymouth Rock, you know, everyone looks at for about 5 minutes and gets bored. But it's an awesome pub, real laid back, real chill. There's rocking chairs, so you can look right out to the window, right to the water. And they've been open for now it would be a little over 5 years, right?
Yeah, we're going on our 6th year right now.
Fantastic.
July 12th will be 6.
Hell yeah. So I think the point of this episode is really to just get the backstory of you guys, how it came about, and how things have been going since. I think when people know the people behind an establishment as laid back and friendly as yours, you know, it helps. You know what I mean? It's a nice thing. And so how. Tell us now, because I know your family's been in town for a while, Ben. How did Pillory come about?
It was just something that was one of my dad's ideas back in the day, and he'd been on the waterfront in business for years. His grandmother started the gift shop next door in 1918, and my sister took him over when he retired when he was 40, and we moved down to Florida. It was just something that was always on his bucket list. He always wanted to open a bar, and I'd been bartending down there for about 2 or 3 years, and wasn't really going anywhere with it or doing much and wanted to get out of there, so we decided to come back up home and open a place on the waterfront where we had the property.
Nice. What was the contrast like? How was it bartending down in Florida?
A lot different.
Yeah.
Not quite as seasonal, where it's pretty much summer all year long. So
right.
A lot different with the drinks and the atmosphere, and I pretty much lived in God's waiting room, so everybody there was about 85 to 90 years old.
A lot of Harvey Wallbangers.
For sure. Definitely making a lot of different types of drinks.
The fossil drinks, yeah. What's the one with the milk in it? The Brandy Alexanders and Harvey Wallbangers. Yeah, grasshoppers, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's been a little different coming back up here, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love where we're at. I love our place. We have a great staff that's become family over the last 5 years and everything, and
absolutely.
My wife's gotten to join in. I met her. She was a waitress for me the first year we opened up, working one night a week. And then after the first year, we started dating and got married 6 months later.
Dipping your pen in company ink,
right?
Dude. Jesus. You mentioned your staff being a lot like family, and it's true. I mean, you go there, it's always the same people working for you. But your bar manager, Brenner, has been with you.
She's been with us since day one.
Right, and was that by chance? Because she's pretty solid.
She was actually, from what I was told, up at an interview at a restaurant uptown and saw the ad on Craigslist and came walking down the street, met with me and my dad, and we talked, hired her on the spot, and from what I was told, if that didn't work out, she was on her way to move down to Texas with her husband.
No
and
shit.
They were going to go work for her aunt at a brewery down there.
So the restaurant uptown she interviewed at was New World Tavern. Met Karl, decided it wasn't a good fit. Pretty much. I might as well move to Texas, and then luckily you guys opened up. So all right.
Yeah, so she stuck around with us, and she's been with us ever since.
Very nice.
Definitely a solid rock on the team there.
So how'd you come up with the name?
Just the history of it. My dad originally wanted to call it the Tervis Tavern because we started off serving everything in the Tervis tumbler mugs that are made in Venice where we lived in Florida.
Now explain what that is. Because I didn't know what it was until the first time I went to your
They're
place.
plastic cups that are double insulated, so anything cold stays cold for hours, hot stays hot for hours. Like we served all of our.
So it's a thermos.
Pretty much. We served all of our soups, chilies, frozen drinks, cocktails, anything we made there. We served in those until everyone in town started stealing them. and walking out the door left and right. So
They're expensive, dude.
Yeah.
Bed Bath & Beyond, they're like $20 each.
yeah.
I got a Red Sox one, like in my wedding registry.
right.
Yeah.
And I use it, and I do. Sometimes I'll do and the coffee's still hot.
Jordan,
next
this
friggin' day.
podcast is not about you. Can you hold on just for a few seconds? That's
Sorry, I got excited.
So yeah, it was originally going to be called the Tervis Tavern, but the Tervis Tumbler wasn't having the name. So we looked stuff up, went through a few things, and the history of the pillory is it's a stockade that you put your head and your hands through, where the stockade is your hands and your feet. So it's basically a standing torture device.
You know, I almost feel like I can't escape from that place when I get there. So it's
Makes
very,
sense.
yeah, it does makes a lot of sense. So you guys open, you got your name, you do all that. Were there any growing pains coming into it, or?
It was a little odd getting into it at first, working with mom and dad and sister.
Right.
And just getting into the whole family business and stuff was a little awkward.
And
but,
girlfriend.
And girlfriend.
Right, right.
But no, it was, I think we figured it out pretty quick. I mean,
Would have been one hell of a friggin' reality show if they fucking did that right off the rip. You know what I mean? If you think about it,
that would have been a hell of a time.
you would have had a few more Pillory Pubs.
We could have called it. No, you couldn't call it that.
What were you gonna say?
No.
No, come on.
So you guys were just dating when you
Yeah.
first opened, and now you're married.
Yep.
So Bri, I'll ask you,
Oh boy. What?
how's it like working with your husband? Because I'll tell you right now, my wife couldn't do it.
There are
She hates Ben.
Well, there are definitely ups and downs. It's not easy by any means. We were,
No. We're talking about working.
Oh.
Oh, I thought ups and downs.
No,
Forget it. No, go ahead.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's been a little while since we've done one of these. I'm not desensitized anymore.
Well, the marriage isn't a pie walk either, but no. No, it's definitely hard. We obviously are together 24/7, so it does take a toll, but we try to make it work.
We live right upstairs. So
Yeah.
upstairs at work, we're together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So it works. out.
Sounds wonderful.
It's a joy for sure.
We still have our own separate lives. Tuesdays are for the boys out on the golf course, and she does her own things on the side and whatnot. So
I work at Angelo's Roast Beef too on Thursdays and Fridays, so that gives me a little break from the pub, and I can get out and do my own.
And your
So you
husband?
work on your break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go Tuesdays, I play golf, and my days off, I go slice roast beef sandwiches.
Yeah.
So
I'm not trying to get you in trouble, Ben, but
So some of these questions we've asked almost every guest that we've had on,
Yep.
but everybody has a different story. What is it about the business that you like the best and hate the worst?
it's a tough one. Like the best and hate the worst. I think being down on the waterfront, being with as seasonal as we are, I think I love most just meeting all the different people from around the world. We get so many different people that come down there to see the boat, see the rock from all over the place. And just having everybody, the stories you hear, the people that come in, the travelers from all over, it's just cool meeting all the different people from all
So
around.
would you say you get more tourists than regulars, more regulars than tourists?
I'd say it depends on the season. I mean, summertime we get a ton of tourists and all the regulars kind of hang back because they don't want to be slammed around with a bunch of people. And then spring, when we first open up, all the regulars come flocking back out because it's finally springtime when Pillory opens. Right. And then back in the fall, when that comes around, a lot of the tourists aren't around as much. People come back out and it starts to flood back up.
I love everything about the business. From start to end of the season, I think my favorite time is opening and closing, just because everyone is so welcoming. When we first open, they're so happy that we're back, and they're so excited to see us, and we're excited, just as excited to see them.
Right. And then you get used to them.
Yeah, then we get used to them.
and they get used to you. And vice versa,
And then the anticipation of closing. Everyone gets so excited that, that we're closing up, and we throw a big bash at the end of every season. It's just fun.
So what is your season?
We open the first week in April and we close down the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
Makes a lot of sense being in Plymouth. Sunday after Thanksgiving. But the nice thing is the closing day, everything's $1. So I just wait. I don't go there all season. I just wait for the last day.
That's what a lot of people are up to nowadays. They're all starting to catch on to the secret.
An awful lot of Bud Light limes at the end of the season, I'll tell you right now.
I think we closed up last year on the last day with 2 bottles of beer left in the house.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's what you want.
nice.
Yeah,
Very good.
And I just want to let you know that I did not show up last year. You're welcome.
I appreciate that. I could have used a door guy though. He would have been great out there.
Oh yeah, people.
Then no one would be there. Like then you'd still have so much booze.
More like a doormat. People walk all over me.
Well, you literally tower over everybody, Carl. I mean, you're what, 6'8"?
6'4".
You shrank since the last time I saw you.
195. I gained 5 pounds. So, your seasonality.
Yep.
And this is the only bar that you've had in Plymouth.
Yep.
And it's always been season.
Always has.
Would you rather have a year-round bar, or are you thrilled to have that time off?
I like having the time off. I mean, it's nice to go back and visit back home down in Florida, see the parents, have a little bit of time off to travel and stuff, and it takes a toll. I mean, as you guys know, running your ass off all the time, working 7 days a week catches up with you quick. So
I don't know if Carl does, but
it's definitely nice to be able to
Or
take
7 days a week.
yeah, from bar to bar.
Market research.
It's also nice to be able to close the place down for a while, rip everything apart, clean everything head to toe, and then when you come back in the spring, it's like having a brand new place every year.
Right. That is nice. I actually kind of wish I could do that sometimes.
definitely.
So you've talked about all the good things. What is the things about the business that bothers you the most?
Besides Kyle.
Yeah, everyone has the same
Honestly, I
problem.
don't really know there. It's a tough one.
Nothing bothers you?
I mean,
I think trying to staff the place at the beginning of each season.
I was going to bring that up.
That's
Staffing
probably-
always seems to be the hottest thing
That's
to do.
probably the hardest part every year is trying to restaff the place at the beginning because we always have our solid crew that sticks around with kitchen help and a few waitresses here and there is always hard to come by.
yeah,
That's tough.
I would have to say, yeah, definitely trying to find someone, find new staff each season. And it is difficult to switch if someone has worked in a year-round business to switch to seasonal. We're not dead, I shouldn't say that, but we're slow to start, the first couple months in the spring. Summer, jamming for 3 to 4 months, and then fall, yeah, we're steady, it's good, but people, when we hire them, we just tell them, just bust your ass for friggin' 4 months. That's all we ask. Just keep going, truck along. November will be here, but soon enough, and you can have 3 or 4 months off.
Right.
And it's beautiful once you get used to it, and it's great, and you can make awesome money if you're a seasonal business, and you can make awesome money obviously year round too. But I think for us, especially where we're located, I think the seasonal business just works if we just get the right staff in. And so far we've
Being where we
lucked
are
out.
down there in the winters, it would be horrible with no parking, no place
Right.
to go. And
Right.
it's all depending on weather. I mean, nobody's going to walk down there if you can't get down there without having to trudge through 3 feet of snow.
Sled down there, but then you got to climb back up the hill. That was why I always go sledding for like 5 minutes. You know what I
That's
mean?
why we
I'm
love
all
your guys.
done after one run, dude.
That's why I love your 3 places because you climb up the hill and then you get to just fall down it and slide up.
That's why you got
Ben's
the
done
big
that a
dog,
couple
right?
times.
Big dog to tow you around.
So now tell everybody about what you serve, what your specialties are, what do you have for food,
So we specialize in
what hours you have. Who do you like better,
Start
me
with
or
that.
Jordan?
So we open up at 11:30 in the morning, Monday through Saturday. And Sundays we open at noon. We're open till at least 10 o'clock every night of the week, midnight on weekends. And we serve light pub fare, sandwiches, salads, hot dogs, soups. And we have 16 craft beer lines, and there's always a rotating cocktail menu.
You guys focus on the dogs too, which is cool because there's really no hot dog places.
Yeah, no, we have
Really,
16 different ones.
Yeah.
All different toppings, different ingredients.
It's a forgotten bar classic, in my opinion, because you got everyone's doing burgers and wings, and or people are just getting a little too fancy, or people just focus on their Cheez-Its and Doritos. Yeah.
Goddamn right.
But the hot dog it's the classic beer and quick grab food, man.
Right.
And yeah, I think that's a niche you guys really fill. It's awesome. But you've also, I've noticed, since at least I've been in town, you've evolved the menu quite a bit. You guys are getting more adventurous, especially this year.
Right.
Where you've added some panini presses.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, when we first moved up from Florida, we just wanted to have a straight bar room. And we didn't know that you had to serve food to serve alcohol in Massachusetts. Unless you're the BBC that can get away with the chips and Doritos and whatnot, which is awesome.
Chips
I
are
wish I
people
could.
too.
grandfathered it over here.
So when we were building the place, we added a small kitchen in the back, and we thought the easiest thing to do was throw in a steamer unit and do hot dogs, soups, and cold sandwiches. And then it's slowly been evolving from there. We've added a few items in that we've been able to come up with some hot sandwiches and different wraps, quesadillas, and just kind of playing around with some stuff and see what we can.
So for a
what we can add.
restaurant that or a bar that didn't want to sell food, you sell an awful lot of food.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
definitely picked up in the past couple of years.
It's funny how quick
Started
that
off with a
happens.
1-page paper menu, and now we have a 3-page menu. So.
Right.
Yeah, definitely evolved. That's for sure.
It's funny how quick that happens.
It is.
And a lot of people too, like, and it's beneficial because a lot of people they want to settle in at a place that, you know, especially if they're coming in like 1 or 2 people, like someone by themselves or maybe one other person, they don't really want a bar hop, or where they sit down and have that first beer, they're not sure if they're gonna eat yet, and then they're like, you know, why am I gonna go somewhere else to eat? I can just eat right here, and that's kind of how it happens.
Right.
So all of a sudden you're adding, all right, cool, let's do chowder. All right, let's, you know, you guys doing lobster rolls because you're on the water.
Yep.
And,
Right.
oh no, they do sliders too, and
Yeah, the lobster slider and chowder is probably one of our biggest sellers
Yeah.
down there. $9.99, you get a lobster slider and an 8-ounce cup of clam chowder.
hell yeah, you do shrimp tacos too.
Yep.
Yes.
That was one of my additions bringing up from the south when we changed the menu about a year ago, and I wanted to add something different on there. So
Really good.
some
Tacos
nice
are real
Baja
right now.
sauce with some spicy shrimp.
Something else really unique about Pillory is the rocking chairs.
Oh yes.
Love the rocking
Yep,
chairs.
we got the-
I've got to sit in one once
In the winter.
in the winter. After you guys closed, I pried open one of the pieces of plywood.
When he was crying because he lost in darts.
Speaking of that, we haven't played darts in a while.
Not a long time. Where have you been?
Working.
Where have you been?
Where you been, Ben?
Now, I love the rocking chairs. I love everything about it. So basically, for those of you listening, if you've not been a Pillory, get out from under the Plymouth Rock. But there's 4. Is it 4?
4.
Yeah, 4 rocking chairs, and they're just overlooking the harbor. And you can just chill there, window open, fresh air, have a beer, have a mixed drink, whatever. But I see those as a bar owner, and I'm like, these guys gotta have a fucking headache, like at least once a day
Right.
with people, you know, because you're not allowed to have drinks outside of Massachusetts, yada yada yada. People smoking butts, people with animals, yada yada yada. So, so basically, you have 4 people on stage in the window, and then everyone out there smoking butts with their dogs. Da, 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 da. So, how do you guys? You say we asked you earlier. Maybe one of the worst things about the you know, managing the restaurant. Do you have any issues with that situation? Are there any good war stories that you maybe like to share with us?
Starting off the first couple of years, it was definitely trying. Like, people would hop in and out the windows. They'd try to climb in the pub through the window. They'd stand outside and smoke in front of the windows, pass drinks in and out. And it was basically just trying to put up signs hammered into people's heads that that's not allowed. And finally, after 5 years, it's kind of gotten to a halt where we've beaten it into everybody that they know that that's not welcome here.
Yeah.
Right.
But as far as the windows, there really haven't been too many war stories. A few pint glasses thrown out, maybe a beer bottle or two here.
That's a war story. Come on.
I
Oh
know.
yeah, you know.
We feel like we got to babysit just a little bit with those windows and with the rocking chairs, but honestly, people have gotten a lot better and they respect the business and the building and us. So
I know a lot of the regulars. I mean, they're 5 years older. I would hope they matured.
We've had them since they were freshly 21. So
I know.
groomed them
I
up
get
to
them
be
too.
decent people.
I get them in the winter when you guys are closed. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they try to jump out the windows that don't open. So
Yeah, I noticed you had 2 signs that said, "This is not an exit."
yes, literally,
Necessary.
yes, they're very
it might be a
necessary.
permanent exit. So the drink specials too. You guys do, I know, a lot of picklebacks.
Yep.
Explain to everybody what a pickleback is.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
so cool.
Pickleback's a shop that I picked up when I was living in Brooklyn, something that they specialized in there that actually originated in Bushwick, Brooklyn, where I lived at the Bushwick Public House. And it's a shot of Jameson chased with a shot of dill pickle juice.
I wonder how the hell the first person. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like pickle juice, and I like Jameson. But how would the first? Who was the first
Right?
person to be like,
No idea.
"Oh, I need a chaser. Oh, there's just nothing but a jar of pickles here."
And they're so delicious.
Desperate times.
They are.
And not only,
I know,
not only
right?
do you sell them, but you sell a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
go
we
through
like in
cases,
abundance.
Cases of Jameson a week going through Picklebacks.
Yeah.
I started out, I put them on the special board one day and didn't sell one for probably a month. And then I took it off because I figured it wasn't picking up at all. A week later, 2 girls came in and asked me if we did pickleback shots. I asked them where they were from, and they were from New York. And as soon as they started doing it, it was monkey see, monkey do down the bar, and everyone just started lighting them up.
Jesus Christ. You end up with just like a bucket of like dry pickles with like no juice.
Yeah,
Because you can't just buy pickle juice, right?
That's happened to us.
I can't tell you how many times I've thrown away jars of pickles just because I needed more juice to fill behind the bar.
Yeah.
Try the pickle tacos at Pillory.
Yeah. It's a pickle dog.
That might be next.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, good stuff. So going back to the staffing thing, because I feel like we could have hammered on that more. So you guys close seasonally.
Yep.
It's for 3 months, 3.5 months.
3.5 months.
So 3.5 months. So I mean, you do get some carryover. You got your regular staff. I had mentioned Brenna earlier.
Yep.
Who's obviously the rock star. But I mean, it's tough because I'm imagining. I've never worked at a seasonal place,
Mm-hmm.
and your full timers, they basically get 3 months of no income. But I see a lot of them continue to come back. Do you train them how to be good with their money, or like, what do you, I mean, like, how do you say, you know?
I mean, for the most part, you guys have taken care of my staff during the winter for me.
Yeah.
I know. Which means
A few of my rock stars have gone up, and you guys have helped them up and had a few shifts here and there for them and stuff like that. They've been able to collect a few of them throughout the winters and stuff, or they've gotten part-time jobs here or there just to hold over until we open back up.
Right.
And thankfully, we must be doing something right because they keep coming back.
Yeah, I would say so. It's pretty awesome. So everyone that's afraid of the whole family running a bar dynamic, I mean, you guys are maintaining a staff. So if you any frustrations, at least you're just taking them out on each other and not the staff. You know?
pretty much.
It's like working with all your brothers and sisters.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
You hate them, you love them. You hate them, you love
Right?
them.
Even when you love them, you hate them.
Oh, thanks for looking right at me when you said that.
We said it to me, it's awkward.
Hey, no one can see it. You guys also got a couple dartboards down there too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yep, we got the one TV, a couple dartboards.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's a real easy sort of communal area. We haven't played darts down there in a while, dude. We haven't played darts.
That's because I'm busy working, and you're the only one in the world that had a friggin' baby, so you got to be home all the time.
Jealous. Carl's jealous because
Jesus
I'm not hanging
Christ.
out with him.
I got 3 kids. I still go out with you.
So all right. Seems like you guys have got it sort of to the point now. You've said now, we're at 5 years. We got this figured out. We got this figured out. Any plans to maybe do another Pillory Pub at any time, or?
Not another Pillory Pub at any point in time, I don't think so, but we might look at expanding at some point.
Good feel. Very nice.
A
now-
little ways down the road, it's
Yeah.
still up in the air.
Oh yeah.
You've been in the business for a while now.
Yep.
They say most businesses don't last more than 3 years, especially bars and restaurants. But now that you're doing what you're doing, is there anything that you say, geez, I wish we could do X, or I wish we didn't do X? And that could be anything, like, geez, I wish we had a pizza oven, or
Yeah. I mean, being into it now with the food and everything, I wish we had expanded the kitchen a little more from the beginning and had a few items back there, like an oven or a fry-later or a flat top or just something that I could cook more food on. So I'd change something back there, and I'd probably set up my bar a little different. I mean, just bartending at 2 or 3 bars down in Florida, I've never owned a place. I've never designed a bar before, so did the best I could with what I had.
What would you design different about the bar?
Yeah,
because
what would you
I
do
go in,
different?
it's pretty practical to me. I mean,
I was just thinking I'd like to have the 2 TVs back there, and where the 1 TV is in the mirror, put a mirror in the middle and flip-flop it. Have 2 TVs where the mirrors are and 1 mirror in the middle.
Gotcha.
Just change a few things around back behind the bar, soda guns, ice bins.
what
stuff
about like
that.
3 TVs, and if you shut the middle one off, it like looks like a mirror?
I don't know.
Right? Don't they have those? I Googled it.
Did you?
Wait, you know how to
Yeah,
Google?
it came out something like YouTube Red. I didn't want to press the button.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
I mean, would you make your place bigger? Is it too big? Is it small enough? Is it
No.
just right?
We have a capacity of 50 people, and I think where we're at down there, that suits it just fine. I mean, holidays and stuff with the 4th of July parade and the Water Street Festival, I wouldn't want more people than that down there. It's a lot to handle.
Well, it'd become
Yeah.
a public bathroom at that point with those kind of
Right.
things too. I don't even
Yeah.
stay open
Yeah.
at night for
Families with strollers and everything
No,
like that.
we don't either. We close right before right at dusk. As soon as people go down
Yeah.
to watch the fireworks, we say we don't want them back.
We open up early that morning. We open up at 10 o'clock, serve all day long, and then as soon as the fireworks start at 9, when everybody rushes out to go see them, we make them all cash out and lock the doors behind them.
So how do you guys handle that? Now you mentioned I figured about this too. This is something you and I really don't have to deal with, Carl. Or you as well, Dan, because we're all up on Main Street with all these events that go down the waterfront too. I mean, you guys just be fucking bananas when there's the taste of the. Well, you're not. You are open for the taste of the town, right? Because you're open. You close after Thanksgiving.
Yes,
Right.
we close
Yep.
the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
But then there's all the shit that goes on over the summer too. Where holy shit, I'm not close on something.
Loud enough.
I'm not loud enough. Yeah, so there's those festivals down there, the road closures, the construction that's going down. So people that are listening to this, I'm assuming everyone either lives in the South Shore, is from Plymouth, or lives in Plymouth, works in Plymouth, whatever. But they're basically turning the entire town of Plymouth over for the 400th anniversary of when the Plymouth Pilgrims land at Fraggle Rock. So, but it's taking a toll on business. I mean, they say it's going to pay off and yada, 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 and that's fine. But they are... yada, yada, yada. Oh, son of a bitch. I get it now. But the construction really affected you guys a couple of years ago. I do remember that, and they are.
It was last year, wasn't it? Just last year. Right?
Was it last year?
Last year was the worst year, but I think they've repaved Water Street 3 times in the past 2 years, and we've had to close our windows a few times, which is our main attraction. The windows are a little tinted, so if they're not open, people don't see that we're.
Yeah, but now you have the nicest sidewalks.
We have the most
in town.
beautiful sidewalks.
It just took them 6 years to make them. But they are
Street
really
lamps are
nice
top notch.
when they're on.
Right.
Yes.
Sometimes.
But no, last year was definitely a trying year with the road construction, having dirt roads, having no sidewalks, having wet cement in front of the entry to my building. And
Right.
they tried to work with us as best they could, but it was just bad timing.
It's tough.
Yeah, right in the middle of summer, right in the middle of everything. It was tough.
Yeah. You almost wish, and I'm don't get me wrong, I'm not a guy who does excavating or anything, so I'm not an expert, but I feel like these projects always come at the most inopportune time for their surroundings. And
Very much so.
you know, you could do it in the fall when the ground's not frozen. You could do it in the spring when the ground thaws out. But they always seem to happen, you know, a week before July or July 4th or something like that. And yeah, it's tough. But you guys survived it, man.
Yeah, we made it through, thankfully.
did.
Got a lot of good regulars,
Right.
kept us afloat and stuff like that. A lot of familiar faces kept coming by, so it was nice to have everybody's support.
It's awesome. Just the moat around the building kept the Black Knight away. But unfortunately didn't keep Karl and I away.
Oh,
Dan
no.
away.
We had a lot of darts in last year.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we sure did. I mean, no, we didn't. Young, don't listen. Your pregnant wife at home, I'm playing darts. So going back to the positive, though, being down the waterfront, the tourist draw and stuff like that, how do you guys handle when there is those festivals down there where they're just, I mean, thousands of people down the waterfront, like 4th of July and stuff like that? I mean...
Mostly we have a door guy, so we can regulate it that way. Yeah, it's usually either me or Ben.
So you're not a guy.
I know, right? Well,
That's sexist.
for the most part, that's what we pretty much do, and we just keep it at capacity. That's all we can do. And most of the regulars understand. They're really awesome about it, and just, you know, they come back about half hour later, or they'll come back during the day, you know, at some point. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, it's usually Ben or I out in the front, kind of
Like you were
telling
saying
people
before,
that
the worst part is that everyone tries to use it as a public restroom. And
Yeah,
it's just
that's
turning
true,
people
too.
away left and right that just want to come in and take a piss.
Right.
Like, we're already at capacity. I'm not going to...
There's one right across the street
There's
from
public restrooms right across
There
the
is.
street.
Well, there's a brand new sidewalk you can go on, too.
Now,
The whole ocean right
now,
Big fountain next door.
how much does weather affect you?
Finish your sentence, Carl. How much does weather?
How much does
It's
weather?
a deep thought, man.
I mean, it does affect us a little bit. I don't feel like, I mean, if it's like really bad, I mean, people, like Ben was saying earlier, people don't want to walk and park far away just to walk
Right.
down to us, because if the parking isn't convenient for them, I don't blame them. Why would you want to truck down in the snow or rain? But for the most part, we have our diehard regulars that just love us that much, that will, and we're very thankful for that.
Yeah, there's actually one time, it was, I believe 2 years ago, they canceled the 4th of July parade because it was pouring
that's
so
right.
hard,
Yes.
and they canceled everything. So
remember that.
everyone came into town. We were staffed for the day. We got our asses kicked because the whole place filled up and nobody left all day long.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had 2 4th of Julys in a row, weekend after weekend, because they postponed the parade till the next
Yeah.
week.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was one of our best 2 weeks that we've ever had.
So now every time the 4th of July, like in the morning, you guys go out and do a
for
rain
rain.
dance? Yeah.
That was a fun 4th of July, though.
And then this year, opening up, we opened a little bit earlier than we usually do this year. It was the first time that we've ever been open and had 3 snowstorms while we were open.
Yeah.
So it was
nice.
kind of cool to sit there with the windows wide open and the heat on and sit there in the rocking chairs and watch the snowfall.
Right.
Yeah, that was cool. I liked that.
I don't know. I hate snow in April, man. It pisses me off. Like, let's get it over with. If I have to shovel you don't have to shovel humidity. All right. Yeah. But so what's on the horizon for you guys? I mean, the menu's grown a lot. The drink specials you said are rotating. Is the Heine Punch on there still? Hawaiian Heine?
No. That was on a couple of years ago.
Oh man, the Hawaiian Heine.
I think I must have pissed off the bar manager, which is possible.
I wouldn't be
Very
surprised. My favorite thing about the Hawaiian Heine, if I may tell a Pillory story, is Karl's wife always thinks he's working, and once in a while on a Saturday, she'll be able, on her day off to come out and go on a pub crawl, and sometimes I'm lucky enough to join them. And I wasn't here for this particular time, but I don't know, Karl, you might tell the story.
I don't recall.
So anyway, they get down to the Pillory Pub, and she has her suspicions the fact that he's maybe working at other bars more than he's working at their own. But there's a drink named after him on the goddamn menu, and she looks at her and goes,
The trick is to act surprised with her. Oh, this is so nice.
Should have flipped it. Like, Jen, they have a drink named after you?
Yeah.
Awesome. I didn't know that story.
Right?
Yeah. Actually, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
But I mean, what do you think on the horizon? I mean,
Well, I'm just pleased that they named a drink after me and not a hot dog.
Jesus Christ.
No Heine's weenie?
Extra mustard. I don't know what to say. I don't know.
I got now I'm blushing a little bit.
Hold the pickle.
Mandatory pickle. They got a surplus, dude.
Forget about the pickle juice jokes either.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I got nothing right now.
What about you, Dan? You've been dying to get on this goddamn show. What do you want?
Actually, we'll say Pillory is one of my favorite places to go to at nighttime because no one else will be there to see me from my bar. So it's just far enough away to keep prying eyes away.
Hey, you know what? And his girlfriend works there.
Used to last year.
Oh, she's not there this year?
I told her she couldn't work there. I wanted to
Hey,
go drink
he
that
hasn't
one
been
better.
out. He hasn't been out. He had a baby.
That's true.
Guys, sorry. Yeah, I'm a little behind. But,
Heine.
No, we miss Alicia this year.
For sure.
Now she can just come and drink it instead.
This is true.
that's true.
See her on the other side.
She doesn't, but she could.
Well, I mean, it's all about that I can still come there.
That's
Whenever
what really
I want.
counts.
Even though I still did.
So we're talking about the menu and stuff like that. We didn't get really into specifics. We'll start off with you, Ben. What's your favorite menu item, food and drink on Pillory's menu?
Let's see, food right now, with the new panini press that we've got, I've been into the new turkey bacon chicken sandwich.
Very
I'm
nice.
sorry, no chicken. Turkey bacon.
Turkey chicken?
Turkey bacon
Turducken
cheddar.
sandwich?
A turducken sandwich. Now we're getting real southern. No, the turkey bacon cheddar sandwich has been really good, and those have been flying out the window. And then as far as the cocktail, Brenna made an amazing Scarlet Manhattan. It's basically her version of like an Italian Manhattan. It's been flying. Those are really good.
What goes on a Scarlet Manhattan?
We've got Stroudwater bourbon, Hearing cherry liqueur, Di Serono amaretto, and smoked vanilla cherry bitters.
Ooh, excuse me.
And I actually remembered what was in it.
Yeah, fantastic.
Not that we're going to prove you wrong, but it sounded good.
How about you, Bri?
I would have to say my favorite food item would have to be the taco salad. I think I ordered that every shift I worked when I first started working there. And I would have to say my favorite cocktail would be my breezy rum punch. I've made that ever since I started bartending like 12 years ago, and I've just brought it along with me everywhere I've went, and it's one of the most popular beverages on the on the drink menu.
been
I
it.
love
It's
it.
been on pretty much every drink menu we've had. It just keeps rotating on to the next one.
It's popular, right?
Yeah.
What's in it?
It's just kind of like your typical like rum punch. It's got dark rum, spiced rum, white rum, Malibu, or coconut rum, whatever you want to use. And then pretty much every single juice. I got a little bit of cranberry in there, OJ, pineapple, and topped off with grenadine.
Ben Scurvy.
Yeah.
And if Karl comes in, it's served with a nice umbrella.
And 2 cherries.
Contrasting color. Yes.
2 cherries.
You guys do things right, man. So, we all work a lot. We're all at our bars a lot because that's where we work. Where is it that you go to get away? I go to your
Around
place.
town?
No, just anywhere. I
Or
mean,
just
canal, walks down the canal. Yeah.
If I still have to be around for the day, I usually shoot up to the BBC. This is usually a good crowd of guys up there that it's just fun to sit around and chat and not have to worry about work.
But no, when you guys, because you work together, you just you want to go somewhere that's not in the industry. You want to go. I mean, are you guys movie goers? Are you bowlers? What do you do?
Actually, the two of them. We usually go
Yeah.
see. We have Mondays off together. It's our one day off a week together, and we usually either go to the movie theater, catch a movie, or go up to Alley Cats and go bowling for the day.
Yeah.
Big balls or little balls?
It depends. We usually like to play the big balls, but then I like the little ones every now and then because I used to do it as a kid with my grandmother. But last time we did that, she whooped my ass, so we haven't gone back there.
Frame the scorecard.
Right.
And you can't even cheat because everything's electronic.
I know. No, I think that's pretty much it. We like to take the dogs for a walk as much as we can and let loose with them for a little while and
Go get some tattoos here and there.
oh yeah, can't forget about that.
Just got done doing that for 3 hours today.
Oh, you went to Kyle today?
Yeah, my back's
He
on
bought that
fire.
chair like specifically for you.
What did you get a tattoo of now?
It's the giant squid with a brass lantern hanging over his head.
I almost got that.
Yo, too late. Slept on it, dude.
Now Kyle does amazing work over at the brass lantern. He's killing it over there. I think he's been open a little over.
Where's
a month
that?
Yeah.
now. What's that on Howland? No,
Chilton.
Chilton Street.
Yeah.
right behind the Vela Juice Bar.
Yep. Yeah, I just had my first experience there on Thursday.
I saw that. That came out amazing.
Yeah, I got my
Congrats.
My baby has a golden Buddha statue. Something I can't wait to show his girlfriends. It's-
That's awesome.
I was like, he doesn't understand English yet, so I got to do something to embarrass him. That well,
I didn't say anything.
he's 3 months old.
What are you looking at me for?
You looked at me.
Well, because he said he didn't speak English. What does he speak?
Gaga goo goo. I don't know, dude. Barely that. Change me, feed me. That's about it. I'm tired.
It's a good vocabulary for less than 1 year old.
It's not bad. He's excelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's excelling.
Still got that weird accent you got going on.
No, none of that. No.
Fall River accent.
Yeah.
No, Carl would say
You
no.
can
He's
say
going,
water.
Yeah, never mind.
Water.
So we started off talking about how you had bartended down in Florida before your dad Jack decided to open up Pillory.
Yep.
What from your southern experience, menu wise or just bartending wise, did you apply to Pillory Pub? Is there any sort of things coming through from your experience down in Florida?
Not only that, but is there anything down in Florida that you don't think would work up here?
Right.
I think I tried to bring a lot more of the tropical type drinks up this way. I mean, not that a lot of other places don't already, but we just wanted to have fruity cocktails, a lot of different juices and stuff. We play with a lot of pineapple, mango, passion fruit, stuff like that from down there. And as far as stuff that I...
Well, you say you try to bring up all the foodie drinks, but every time I go in there and ask for a frozen drink, I get the stink eye from Brenna.
It's not summer yet. We don't have the blender in. Thing's a pain in the ass.
Got his girl's back, dude. Nice try.
I came in and asked your wife for 14 mudslides once.
I remember that.
I still
I got yelled
get
at
shit for
it.
that.
Wait. She had to make. You actually made him?
It was you and Roman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Roman came
Oh, yeah,
down.
Oh, no, it was the Chunky Monkeys or whatever the hell it was.
Funky Monkey.
Funky Monkeys, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Comes
I
in
made
with
them.
14
Yo, she made 'em, yeah.
That's throwing a stone in a glass house, in my opinion, because you own a bar up the street and you bartend twice a week now.
Without
For
a
those
blender.
of you listening,
It's funny when it's not at your place.
Carl bartends on Wednesday days, and when else do you bartend?
Don't.
Monday days.
Monday days, come in and see me.
Go in to see him. Order 14 mudslides and oysters, and what else is a pain in the ass for you?
Oh, you get every pain in the ass. You're going to get 4 Bud Lights
Cosmopolitans.
and a lobster roll.
I have to say, at least it was all the same drink and
That's
not
right.
something different
That's
for
right.
each one. So
Because we were here for
there's a
you.
pro and a con.
We were there for you.
I had
I
it
don't work with
going
the
where
five,
everybody
and
was
you're like,
against
ah,
Carl
right,
for a
next
second,
one's-
and then Bri to the rescue, saving Carl's ass. You know, I don't have a drink on the menu named after me. Maybe I just stop being a jerk to everybody like you.
Well, first of all, I'm not a jerk. People like me. I'm a people person. Right, everybody?
I think the ladies at Eastern Bank would disagree.
That's why Roman goes there now.
They just don't get my sense of humor.
Right, and you brought the Tervis up too, and like you said, those would just disappearing from the bar.
Yeah,
so that was
a few of the mugs that we use for our soup and for our frozen drinks, but other than that, we replaced it with all glassware behind the bar.
right.
It's got to be too much of a hassle trying to chase people down walking out with all of our stuff.
It's crazy.
Not worth it.
What about food wise? I know we were talking about it's common fare, but you had some spin on things. So you had the shrimp tacos. You said had some southern influence to them. I've had them; they're awesome. Anything else, sort of, or maybe in the works that?
We pretty much are running with the menu we have for right now and just
Yep.
trying to put out more fresh daily specials by the week and stuff like that, and playing around with different sandwiches, a lot more fresh ingredients, getting deliveries from Quintals 4 or 5 days a week, making sure everything's fresh, and trying to play around with some different quesadillas, paninis, grilled cheeses.
Yeah. The specials help us too because we'll put them out and it just helps us build a menu for the next season. If one sells great, then we know it's a hit and people want it, so we'll put it on the menu or whatnot. But yeah.
And it's pretty much been trial and error this year. I've never used a panini press before or ever really cooked in a commercial kitchen before, so
Right.
it's been fun just kind of playing around with stuff, learning a few things here and there, and just trial and error, see what works and what doesn't.
That's kind of the fun thing, especially when you see somebody enjoying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if this is going to work. And then you kind of just wing it, and they're like, oh, shit, people want this on the menu. So.
Right.
It's exciting when you come up with something and people order it and they're like, this is amazing. And we're like,
You
all
sit
right,
by the
sweet.
window
Like,
and see if they like
Yeah.
it.
pat yourself on the back a little bit.
I made that up last night at 2 a.m. I was baked out of my mind. And I just thought it would be good.
It sounds like our whole 420 money.
Dude, that menu looked insane.
Peanut butter and jelly and bacon sandwiches.
Yes.
And how many people ordered those?
A lot.
That's actually a really good topic of bringing up 420 because now recreational marijuana is going to be legal. How soon do you think before you can just spark up a doobie in a friggin' bar with windows open? You know what I mean? That's serving
Right.
peanut butter, jelly, and bacon sandwiches.
Well, I don't know. I'm still trying to get over that. It's not illegal.
Such a square.
I'm still getting it over that tattoos are still legal.
I know they shouldn't.
I mean, when I was growing up, you couldn't get a tattoo unless you went to Rhode Island.
Right.
No, I know.
I mean, it was illegal, so it was taboo for us. Somebody
Right.
you were either a bikie or you were from the Navy, and there was nobody in between. And then I saw a girl with a tattoo once. Oh my God! I thought she was. I didn't know what she.
It's like your dad seeing a
Holy
midget.
shit, yeah. Couldn't get it out of my mind. There was a girl with a tattoo of a butterfly. Jesus Christ.
Tramp stamp?
So, yeah, I don't know about this smoking marijuana in restaurants.
You know what they legalized today? Well, the date we're recording this, by the time it comes out, it'll be a little old. Is they legalized? The Supreme Court legalized sports gambling, which I think is gonna affect bars quite a
Just
bit.
saw that on the news today.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's up to the
In a
state.
good way or a bad way.
I think.
It's going to be
It's
the
gonna
new
be a
Kino.
good way.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be.
But you can't bet at the bar.
Yes.
I mean, you could. My window washer
Not yet.
takes bets. I mean,
Let those sidewalk bets. Sidewalk
yeah,
bets.
sidewalk bets. Now we can do it in the bar.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't place bets at a bar. You can place bets at a casino on sports booking.
don't know.
No,
As
that's
far
what they were
as
saying
we,
today.
yeah.
They're legalizing it in bars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can do
It's
it
going to be
in
set up
your
just like Kino, I
establishment.
I
believe.
think each state can decide what to do. So Massachusetts.
So you're saying as a
Yeah, we'll be the
bar,
last
we'll be
state.
the last one.
Yeah.
I can set my own odds.
That I don't know. I
Oh,
think it
yeah,
would still
that I
all
don't know.
run through
Vegas, so
Vegas
yeah.
or something.
So
of
I
that
take
sort.
I take Vegas odds, right? Jimmy the Greek, take his odds, and
You've done this before.
Today.
I can make money. I can make money off the betting as long as I pay taxes on it.
I think so.
Sounds too simple to me.
I'm sure it's not.
No, yeah, I'm sure it's not. I mean, this is very.
It's gotta
It's
a
gonna
lot
be
more
like
to it.
something to do with the computer and stuff. Like it's gonna be like you go
Like DraftKings.
Yeah, DraftKings.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I don't think you could
Yeah.
do it at the bar.
It's gonna get there.
But I think it's just gonna be like a keno machine. You go turn in your DraftKings lineup.
So I can bet on dogs while eating hot dogs at Pillory Pub.
Sure thing.
Yes.
That's actually one of our favorite things to do in Florida. We live right by the dog track, and they have 50-cent Fridays. Go and bet on some dogs. It's 50 cents to get in, 50-cent beers, and 50-cent hot dogs.
Yeah.
Just go and hang out at the track for the day.
Let's go to Florida.
Right?
Right?
Come on.
Me and my wife used to love going to the dog tracks when Raynham was open.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a lot of fun. You pay $2 for a bet, and I know those people out there saying, "Oh, the dogs."
Oh, they take good care of those dogs.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, they run and then they end, and that's, I don't care what
And
happens
then,
after.
they breed.
Yeah, and then
All
you
they
get
gotta
another
do is
dog.
run and bump uglies, dude. They're all set.
Here comes the chief. So a buddy of mine, right, who will be nameless, Jimmy Goggin, right? So we went to the. It's $2 for a race, and you pick your favorite number, or you pick your favorite colored dog. Or this one's black, this one's white, this one's brindled.
This
You
one's
bet on
Oriental.
everything. Yeah, an Oriental dog. It's like Mr. Magoo. So you go there, and he would not bet because he thought it was fixed. And I said, Jim, they're not fixing the race because you
Pay it
bet
off the
$2 on number 7. Okay, bet on the one you think is gonna not fix the race. Or bet on the one you think the race is fixed on.
An extra can of pit kibble.
Yeah, he thought that he
It's
bet
like the
$2,
Black Sox
the odds
kibble.
would go way down because people would know, and he's setting up.
Oh, geez.
Holy shit! But you used to have prime rib though all the time, little whip marks on it. It was delicious.
So horrible.
Jesus Christ.
So the question was, I don't know how we got into this because you serve hot dogs. Do you bet the one that goes to the bathroom on the way to the starting line, or the one that has to go because he wants to run faster because he's got to go to the bathroom?
On the way.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he's more relaxed.
Less weight.
Extra weight, yeah.
Less weight, less weight.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
work
but how
better when
fast
I
you
gotta
run when
go.
you have to
I
go?
just know after my dog takes a shit, he tears his ass around the yard and goes like crazy. So. I'm the one that shits first.
Last
That's
call. Last call.
Last call.
Man, I'm a little rusty. Last call. This is the portion of the podcast where everyone gets a minute or so to kind of voice whatever they'd like. Doesn't have to necessarily be anything about their business, about what we talked about today on the podcast. But first, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Lucioso's Pub for having us here today. This is the third time I think we've recorded here, maybe more. I don't know. I end up having quite a few beers and I lose track. But it's a great venue. Come down here, check it out. You get a bowl of popcorn when you walk in, good beer, excellent wings, excellent food. John and Gabe are great guys. So I want to thank them for having us again today. You can also find us on Bartalk Cast on Twitter and Facebook. And if you have a question or an idea for a show, email us.
Or if you want to be a guest.
Or if you want to be a guest and deal with Karl, email us at bartalkcast@gmail.com. You can also send a private message on our Facebook account as well, or even Twitter. Direct message. I think that's what the kids are calling it these days. Slide into my DMs.
DMs.
Yeah, you know.
Wondering what that
So
Or
Well-
twit me.
we'll kick off this episode's last call with Mr. Dan Mahoney of the British Beer Company.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. And we got open mic going on at BBC on Wednesday night, starting at 6 o'clock. It's something we're trying to get going. It's a really cool scene upstairs, so you get a little intimate view. No one's judging, except for Jordan outside, but we don't let him in on those days. So
I'm not in town on Wednesdays.
exactly, for that reason. That's why we do it on Wednesdays. So definitely check us out. We have a Facebook page. It's the BBC's Acoustic Lounge that we do it. So come by, sing me some songs.
You can hear Karl do his best cover of, what was it, Sperm Superman or
Yeah,
whatever?
a
you
little
were talking
Cypress Hill, sure.
about? Yeah. Why don't we just go counterclockwise? I'm a little upside down.
I'll go next.
Okay, sure. Go ahead, Karl.
A little crisscross.
I want to thank everybody for listening and downloading us or uploading us or however you say it. And I want to thank Ben and Bri from the Pillory Pub for being here with us. You're always welcome down to the New World Tavern for all our listeners. You know, there's probably maybe 4 or 5 people that are listening. I might get 2 of them.
But you counting us?
No, I never count you.
Okay, good.
But yeah, come on down to Plymouth Center and now the waterfront. Now that we have Pillory, our first waterfront guests, aren't they?
They are. Oh no, we had Jimmy Agnew from Surfside Smokehouse. First episode.
That's correct. That's correct. So,
Don't worry, Jimmy. I remember you.
Yeah, so, go to Pillory if you want then, because they're second. They couldn't be first. But Ben, take it away.
Just wanted to say thank you for having us in here tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you to all the listeners for putting your ears up for the evening. And come on down to the Pillory. Come have a beer, have a hot dog, take a seat in a rocking chair, and enjoy the view. It's going to be a great summer.
Fantastic.
Yeah, ditto pretty much what Ben said. Thank you guys for having us, and thanks for all your listeners. And thank our awesome regulars and everyone that comes to see us every season. And just want to do a quick little plug for Matt. Our entertainment starts on June 8th this year, and it's going to be Mount Odette at 8 p.m. So keep that in your calendars if you guys like.
Maddie Odette.
Yeah.
Making the rounds.
I'm the last guy to go. My shout out wants to be for the awesome radio voices that Ben and Bri have. Holy crap, you guys need to be on like, hi, I'm Jordan J. You guys have just ideal radio voices. I'm looking forward to hearing it on the opposite side.
Well, thanks.
No, honestly, I just want to thank you guys for coming in. I was a little late to get to know you guys when I came into town. I had a couple regulars that came in, and they were like, you haven't been down to Pillory yet? You haven't been down to Pillory yet? It was like 9 months after Speedwell opened. We opened in November, so fair enough. But since then, you guys become really good friends. I really appreciate having you here. And, baby being born, I haven't been down there as much this season as I like to be. I'd probably get divorced if I was. But I'm going to test the waters as much as I can.
Maybe your wife wants you to get out once in a while.
You know what? She's getting to that point, I think. I'm a little stir crazy. You kidding me? I haven't hung out with Karl in 3 weeks. You've been telling her in town I broke up with him. Anyway, all right. So
I would tell people that too. So
thanks again for listening to the Bartalk podcast. Again, this is Jordan Shabbat with guest host Dan Mahoney and, of course, Mr. Karl Heine. I'd like to thank Andy and Fish for always hosting this and producing this. They're of Inebriart, and they have their own podcast, Inebriart Podcast. You can find them on Facebook as well. Again, thanks to Ben Bri of the Pillory Pub. You can find them down on Water Street. And thanks again for listening. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Don't forget to check out our other podcast. There's the Bartalk podcast. There's Old Colony Cast. And, of course, the Inebriart Podcast along with Jam Packed. You can find all those on Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, pretty much anywhere podcasts are found. If you're on some sort of service and you can't find it, let us know, and we'll help you out and or add our podcast with that too. You can contact us at inebriart@yahoo.com and follow us on Facebook as well as Twitter at inebriart. And feel free to send us some tips, ideas, advice, hate mail, whatever it is, you can get us there. And again, thanks for listening.